How many other penises have you seen in your life? Average. Go. We don't have time.
Sorry. How many?
Over or under 25?
Under.
Under.
What, you say over?
Yeah. I'm going to prison.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm not going to prison, but I did say one of the most irrational things on a phone call today that I wanted to tell you about. As you know, oh, by the way, hey, Sean.
Oh, hey, Ray, how are you?
I'm good. I did say one of the most irrational things on a call today is my new thing now, and I don't know if this is me just being a more assertive person or dealing with my problems, is I'm answering any call that comes in. Any call on my phone, I'm answering.
I like that attitude. Yeah, not putting it off.
Because I ignore a ton of like potential bill collectors.
Right, yeah.
Or who I know are bill collectors. Because I have that anxiety of being like, hey, I know I owe you money. I don't have it.
Right.
So I get a call today because I was on a payment plan with the MTA because of an issue with Easy Pass that I was dealing with for a while. And the lady goes, hey, your payment didn't go through from such and such a date. Do you want to reschedule it? I know this is making me sound like a scumbag, but do you want to reschedule it? And I said, yes. Can we start on this date? She said, yeah, let me see if there's anything else pending. You know, because this is me. It's like a $700 bill I'm paying. And probably if it would have just been paid on time, it's like $100.
Oh, because the fees?
All the fees and all the different fines from all these different little tolls adding up. And it's not really my fault in so much as like my card for some reason disconnected from the Easy Pass. Like I think it expired.
Right. Yeah, that happens.
So it just wasn't linking up, and my mom had moved, and everything was still registered under her address, so it was going to a wrong address. Either way, that's just semantics. I get to the this lady, and she's like, I'm gonna check and see if there's anything else out there for you, any other fines that came in. And I'm just like, what would have come in? I was like, we're good. I don't want anything else.
Say that?
Yeah. And then she goes, actually, so adding this up, it's looking like about $4,000.
I'm sorry, what?
$4,000. I said, well, I can't, and I'm never paying that. I was like, I'll go to jail instead. I said, I'll just go to jail.
And what'd she say?
She was like, oh, you don't want to go to jail, honey. And like she had like a southern accent, which was...
What's the $4,000 from?
It's literally... So there were 2 big trips that I took where I drove... Maybe 3. I drove to Richmond and back. I drove to North Carolina and back. And I drove one other place and back. And it was when my Easy Pass wasn't linked. So it's all these like... I owe all these different entities that have turned them over to collections. So even if I disputed them for any reason, I have to like dispute them through like 6 different avenues. It's almost makes more sense for me to pay an attorney to do this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So either way, I was just like, I was so pissed off, and I was like, I'll just go to jail. Take me to jail. And then she comes back and she goes, how about $50 a month for a year and it'll be cool? I'm like, yeah. Where was that?
That's only like $600.
Yeah, it shows you how much it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
And they're just trying to see what they can get out of somebody.
It's
because,
like the hospitals do that apparently.
Because if I was like, yeah, $4,000, take it out of, use my Amex.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And
oh, it's short for American Express.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I just gave her my V.
No, that sounds like you're talking.
My V. I gave her my V. I gave her my virginity. I let her take my virginity. I've been saving it, and it only cost.
That's worth about $50 a month.
It only cost her $4,000. But so like we get later in the call, and I actually came down from my anger because I was getting a little mean with this lady, and she was nice the entire fucking time. She really was, and I haven't gotten nice from these people in a while. You know that,
right? Yes.
And I go, she's like, yeah, see, $50 works. We don't want you to go to jail. And I was like, ma'am, I don't think I would go to jail for that. I would hope not, you know. I ran a few tolls. I'm not Al Capone.
Right.
And then she was like, yeah, that would be pretty messed up. But, you know, and then she goes, yeah, you're right. I was like, yes, I know I'm right. I wouldn't go to jail for that. I was like, ma'am, it's just 10 a.m. and I'm dramatic.
Absolutely. And also you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And then she says $50 a month. And you're like, yeah, I'll do that. That's,
Are you in a lot of debt?
a decent amount. Yeah.
Would you go to jail for 1 week to have your debt absolved?
Yes. But
Really?
jail or prison?
Um,
Like Rikers, or like it has to be Rikers. I don't know if I'd go to Rikers for a week because you could
you only
turn
get
up
you
dead.
only get fucked once in that week, if they can.
Can't we just do that outside of jail? Would you get banged in the butt to absolve all your debt?
I'd suck one. I would. I'd suck one to get rid of all to be even, to be at 0.
I think that's probably worth it. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody out there listening,
I speaking of jail, I didn't. It wasn't a jail situation, but I had to map out the fight situation on the train.
Oh, you did?
Yesterday? Yeah, and or 2 days ago maybe, where this happens a lot, and I'm very mindful of it. If I'm sitting by the bars and the way the subway is, you have they have the handlebar, like the railing,
Yeah.
next to the last seat, next to the door, right? They have like it's like holding up the seats, but also you put your elbow there or something like that, right? And there's this guy, and he's at first just kind of, his ass is just close to the spot. He's like talking to his friend, and it's just super close. I'm like, he's not touching me. It's fine. Then slowly, because there's a giant space, his ass just like ends up resting on my shoulder.
Oh man.
And I let it. I kept trying to do the like the shake it off thing, like patting his butt with my shoulder. I kept doing like that, like almost like pressing into it, but like, dude, realize that your ass is on my shoulder. And then finally I got to the point. I go, oh, do me a favor, just slide over a little bit. Thanks so much, man. Right? And he was like, oh, okay, and he moved, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But he was a Spanish dude. He was talking in Spanish to his friend, and I saw them. He turned around, and his friend goes, "What happened?" Like that kind of thing. And then he said something like, "Oh, it was in his whatever he said." I don't know what he said. All I kept thinking the rest of the trip was like, I took my headphones out. All I kept thinking the rest of the trip is, I go, they're gonna give me shit for saying that, even though it was nice. I kept thinking they're gonna give me shit. I'm gonna have to fight these dudes on the train. And after a little while, it subsided, and that wasn't the case at all. But the reason why I thought that is because the minute his friend asked him, they moved over to the other side because they were going to get out that way in the train anyway. But they weren't talking about what they were talking about. They kind of were being silent. So I'm like, are they slowly getting pissed?
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Like they weren't talking, and they weren't too menacing. It was just like two young guys. But I was like, well, why don't you stop your conversation? Because I asked them. So I'm like, are they gonna like try to be like, what the fuck? Or I don't know. Or
Yeah,
something,
who's we'll rub our asses on anybody we want.
Right. And here's the thing. It was on there. Like I waited till like, I'm like, dude, how do you not feel? This isn't a railing. Like you're hitting bone. Like you're hitting flesh and bone here.
I have a couple questions about this for you.
Sure.
Was he a good-looking dude?
It was the kind of I couldn't tell. Yeah, he seemed like a handsome enough fellow.
Okay.
But it was like, so he was a regular looking guy.
What if it was a lady's butt?
I would have, dude. It was on top of my shoulder blade,
So he was like sitting on your shoulders. You were like giving him a fucking piggyback ride.
I was a little butt push with my shoulder. Yeah. So
and he wasn't noticing that.
Wasn't noticing it. And so I think if it was a
maybe
woman,
he's done a week in prison. Huh?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe he's just used to close quarters.
Callous down there.
If it was a woman, I think I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it's such an. It's not even. First off, it's like I have to be a creep if it was like, oh yeah, a little shoulder to butt action.
That's true.
It's such an awkward situation for anybody to be in that it's like, hey, this isn't. There's nothing sexy about this, even if I was attracted to you. Get the fuck off my shoulder. And it's the principle thing. It's like, learn how to ride the subway. Also, you should know better.
And no matter how attractive the person was or how attractive that person you may be, nobody is into sweaty jeans butt on the train.
Nobody's into sweaty. Right, exactly.
Sweaty.
Absolutely.
Like my butt right now, nobody wants to be near my butt right now.
No, me too. You ever get? How about this? And we should move on to the next.
Then we'll get into some topics. Yeah.
You ever get surprised by not just swamp ass, like swamp front area out of nowhere where you're sitting for a while on the
Dude.
subway, and you get up and you're like, oh, I'm full liquid inside all of my jeans and my undercarriage area.
Can I say this?
Sure.
I don't like summer anymore.
Oh, I'm the same way, dude. I went to Kodiak. I went to Alaska, Kodiak, saw some bald eagles. It was 40s and 50s. I was like
in heaven.
like a pig in shit.
I don't like
loved
it. My balls are sweaty. My ass is sweaty. I fucking don't fit in any of my summer clothes anymore. You know
the only time it's okay is if you're like
at the
Pacific
beach?
Northwest or no beach. Yeah, that's fine. But the humidity is really what gets you. And people who are like, oh, these people with the humidity, fuck you. Humidity matters.
If it's summer and I'm not at a beach or on a lake, I don't like summer. Just get out of here. New York, it's brutal. When you get caught in one of those subway cars where there's no air conditioning,
yeah,
it's torture.
Torture. It sucks. It's the worst.
Well, I told you about the first time that I ever came to New York City when I accidentally bought briefs instead of boxer briefs.
Yeah. You tried them out,
and it was hell on earth.
Yeah.
They were digging. I didn't know where I began and where the briefs ended.
They're the worst.
But
and it's such like an old timey thing. We talked about that already, but let's move on to the next section.
I got to use baby powder.
We checked in here. This is our combo.
Yeah,
we have a brand new section on the pod.
Brand new section on the pod. You may have seen our first.
It broke the internet with 1,700 views.
1,700,000.
So right, 1,700,000
million,
100,000 million trillion bazillion,
and
views.
it's called. Dude,
you'll like this.
You'd like this.
You'd like
man. Take two. Dude, you'd like this.
You'd like this.
So I can go first this time, as you went first last time.
Yes.
So here's the thing of dude, you'd like this that that I want to get across is because the last one was hilarious. We posted two very funny things. It was things that we loved, but like, dude, you'd like this isn't always just going to be me sending you farts,
right?
Which is still hilarious.
Which is so funny.
But
so it could be a cool video as well, or like an interesting video. Yeah.
This is the cool video, the interesting video, and I may have shown you him before, but I am absolutely obsessed with this guy. So here it goes. This dude rocks.
So what we have here is a chubby man doing his own version of parkour.
Oh, it's parkour.
It's fat guy parkour.
He's that fat free runner. That's
well,
pretty
that's
sick.
Insane. Like he just did a flip, and he's like,
that's what I'm saying. So there's multiple videos of this. I mean, this guy is an absolute acrobat, and the strength in his arms.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. It's called the Fat Free Runner.
How
many followers does he have?
This guy on Instagram has 234,000 followers. What I like about him, though, is he doesn't wear appropriate clothing for this, so that his belly and ass crack hang out almost at all times.
Almost like a wink to the camera.
A wink to the camera.
Yeah, here's a little something for the gals.
Yeah.
Here, enjoy some ass crack.
What's a guy that's very comfortable in his own skin?
Yeah, I always love those guys.
Me too.
It's like
They're
the
best.
Bert Kreischer of running around. Bert Kreischer with no shirt on, but of
It's funny how you didn't mean to, but you totally just dismissed parkour by calling it running around. It's these people that call themselves like athletes, and you're like, he's just running around.
Well, if it was real parkour, I would call it parkour.
You don't think that's real parkour?
Dude, he looks like a cat following a laser pointer.
He's free running, dude. That's you know why? Because you kind of live in a box, so you wouldn't know anything about fucking free running, bro.
Wait, that's a phrase? Free runner? Free running?
He's a free runner.
Well, the flips are cool, but he's literally at one point he's just kind of rolling. It looks like somebody trying to start breakdancing, but they're messing up every time. That's what he looks. He looks like he's about to get going with something crazy, but it's impressive. Don't get me wrong.
I think it's very impressive.
But the reason it's impressive is because he's fat. And if it was me doing that with being fat and the arthritis in my knees.
That is true. Now this is him with his shirt off, but it's a before. Oh, he lost some weight.
But also, he's so comfortable. He's still fat. So
yeah,
I love the before and after videos.
I wonder how many people have before pics that they took in their phone, but never got to an after point. They
probably
quit.
A ton.
They quit after 2 days.
Oh, I had I did that. I have mine where I had my before, and I have with no shirt on, and but even the after. Even if I took it when it was like my I still was chubby. I was still chubby. Like I was still like out of shape. Like it's like when it's not like the internet, especially the internet, it has to be like, oh my God, he was 400 pounds. And now he's like jacked. Like Ethan, not Ethan Embry. What's his name? Ethan Suplee from Mallrats.
Yes.
That dude was like 600 pounds, and now he's just this like brick
yoked.
shithouse. Yeah, exactly.
That's
the impressive part.
No, I just mean how many people were like, today's day one of my weight loss journey, and they're like posing in front of the mirror of like their side profile in this, and then 2 days later they're just like, I can't do this.
You ever see the clips online where they start the videos off like it's like before, whatever, and then after, and they're like 90 pounds, but it's not them, it's like their sister, and then they pop out like eating cookies, and they go back like they messed up. It's really funny. I think it's really, I've seen a bunch of those. They're really funny.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good thing. That was a great video because it gives hope to all chubby guys around the U.S.
Well, yeah, I think that's too his thing. Like he probably got into that, I would assume, where people were like making fun of him, and he was always kind of athletic. Yeah, and then that became his outlet.
I think
and it's
the
funny,
first one was him going, "Look what I can
do." he's like outside of a Walmart or something.
Yeah, that's the other part. People they're staring at him, but they're like kind of like not impressed. Like they're just like, is he gonna hurt us?
Yeah, they're just like, please don't let him bump into my shopping cart. He is enormous.
Is he the guy who does the carts?
Yeah. They go back into the Target like, hey, your cart guy's doing fucking front flips off of those red balls outside of your store. Can we do something about him?
Hey, your security guard thinks he's a ninja outside.
Hey, he accidentally did a somersault into my shopping cart while I was leaving, and I had eggs in there. So I don't know how you want to refund this.
Coupon or something. All right, let's go to my dude. You'd like this.
Dude, you'd like this.
Hold on a second. Let me find it.
All right. And while you're doing that, I'll just vamp.
You vamp it up, baby.
Hello, my friends, we'll meet again. How quickly life has turned away. Seems like forever. Hit on the hidden. What if you just showed me like a porno? Just like a straightforward porn.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I think this is it right here. Hold on a second. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Hey, I'm ready. Yeah, I like how you said it without the microphone.
He's doing great. So that
really
video
funny.
for the listeners of the podcast, that was a video of a dog. I think it was like a I guess not a bloodhound, like a wiener dog in like a t-shirt and like a fedora on pretending to play the keyboard. They're just bouncing up and down on a keyboard, and like the Desert Misses the Rain song is playing in the background, and it looks perfect.
And he's vibing kind of.
It looks like he's on cocaine, just playing the keyboard. I got to laugh at you on that one.
No, that was funny. Well, I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Because I was in the mode of like, oh, he's gonna show me like a fat dude doing something.
Oh no!
Outrageous.
No, I'll do an interesting one next because I run into ones that I'm like, oh, that's awesome all the time on TikTok and Instagram. Next week I'll do like a not a goofy, funny one.
I unfortunately need to find something that's not completely one note because everything that really makes me laugh is all fart related. It's all fart related. And last week I did farts, and it is funny, and it probably will get a laugh every time, but. You know, we want to bring something fresh to our listeners, and yeah. But I used to do that at this after hours club. Me and my friends, we would go there, and they had like a DJ booth, but there was no equipment there. And they just played music like it was just there for if there was a party.
Yeah.
And we used to go up there and kind of like that dog was doing.
Yeah.
We would fake be playing the music that was on.
Yeah.
And like doing like shit like this, like pretending we had like the headphones on and put them down, and people would come up and request songs. And then I would play. I'd be like, hey man, we're pretty backed up right now. We'll try to get to your song. What do you want to hear? Okay, I got you, brother. That's
a better version of what I do at bars. I'll be by the door. And people come in and I ask people for ID.
I've seen you check an ID or two.
Yeah, and they always do it. It looks like a door guy. Not even a bouncer because I'm not big enough.
Yeah.
But I could be a door guy.
You'd be a good door guy.
Yeah, I think so. Everybody says I'd be a good bartender, which I probably would be. But
You'd be a great bartender.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have went into that and made some cash here. More money than comedy.
I know we wanted to do this a little later, but I think now's a good time because I'm pretty excited about it. This new segment that we have.
You were.
I'm really excited about this.
To the point where you told me about it earlier, and I'm like, yeah, and you're just asking me the questions. I don't have questions for you. Right?
No, you don't have to.
It's something. It's gonna be something because even we went to lunch before the taping, and you go, I got like with a little smirk on your face. You go, I got good questions for you.
I think they're good. It's
Okay.
We're calling it the quick jerk. So it's a tentative topic where I am gonna ask Donnelly a series of questions, and you got to answer as quickly as possible, without thinking, and give me your answer. So this is gonna be whatever comes out of your mouth is gonna be your truth.
Okay, I'm a little bit
and
scared.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
I'm scared.
Okay, are you ready?
And go.
Start the clock.
All right.
Okay. Buffalo chicken or barbecue chicken?
Buffalo chicken.
Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas.
Dick Cheney or Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
How many other penises have you seen in your life? Average. Go. We don't have time.
Sorry. How many?
Over or under 25?
Under.
What,
you say over?
Yeah. Ralph Macchio or Hilary Swank?
Ralph Macchio.
That's who you'd rather have sex with.
Oh, that's not what you
Okay,
said.
next question. What's funnier? Schindler's List or 12 Years a Slave? What's funnier? Sounds like you find both hilarious.
I would say Angela's Ashes, the movie.
Who's your favorite president?
My favorite president is John F. Kennedy.
Who's your favorite pope?
Pope, the new pope. The guy seems pretty cool.
The new you're not even a Catholic. Okay, if you had to kiss one man, who would it be?
Idris Elba.
Every day?
You didn't say every day.
You didn't let me finish the question. You're going too fast now. Okay, what's the grossest part of the human body?
The anus. The anus.
I disagree. Okay, and lastly, what is your biggest weakness?
That I have no weaknesses. My biggest strength is I have no weakness.
Okay.
My biggest weakness is how insecure I am. I'm answering that for real.
You got a C+.
What was the grading system? How do you get a grading thing off honest answers? Shouldn't it be an A+?
Well, you were dishonest a couple of times.
And which questions? You said under over 25 and then scoffed when I said under, which is making me wonder how many penises you've seen in your life.
Are we including porn?
Oh, yeah. If it's porn, it's over 25. I thought you meant in person, like live and in person.
In person, I've probably seen around 20.
I don't think I have, man. I think people make an active.
You gotta hang out with me more. You saw one just the other day.
I know, in gym locker rooms on a weekly basis. What do you mean I saw one the other day?
When that guy was standing in that doorway.
Oh,
next to
yes,
me?
I did on the street. I saw him. Yeah, but I still think it's under 25. I've seen a couple. I have probably a lot of friends I haven't seen their penis. I haven't seen your penis.
You want to see it?
No.
No. Living here, I will say that my wiener viewing has went up because there's a lot of homeless guys pulling out their wieners.
How many times have you run into that?
There is a guy on Bleecker Street every time I walk from like McDougal to Bleecker who I've seen him piss there about like 6 times. He's the one homeless guy that sits out in front of that bodega, and he'll just stand up and he pulls out his dick and pisses right on the street.
And how many times have you seen him do that? Multiple?
I'd say 5 times.
Really?
5 times. But that's only one penis.
That's only one penis, right?
Yeah.
That's true. So you said 20. So it's 25 different penises.
Yes, correct.
Also,
Unique. 25 unique wieners.
Unique wiener, like snowflakes.
Yeah.
They'll have their own imprint.
And then you also said that you find, just going through the results here, that you find Ralph Macchio more sexually attractive than Hilary Swank.
That's not what I said. You just said Ralph Macchio or Hilary Swank, but you didn't say sexually attractive. You have to clarify the questions. I find Hilary Swank more sexually attractive than Ralph Macchio. I think I'm like,
who's the better Karate Kid?
Yeah, like who do I like better? Like, as far as show business goes, or movies and act, as a personality.
Oh, okay. I don't. You got to clarify these things.
Well, no, it's not my job to clarify. I'm supposed to answer quick. You're supposed to ask the questions correctly.
Okay, Sean. Never, dude. I bet you'd like Ralph Macchio to be your lucky number 25. Fucking pervert.
Absolutely, the Karate Kid. All right.
And that was Quick Jerk with Ray and Sean.
Absolutely. I don't know why I just did that like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's our new. But that went well. You got a passing grade.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Quick Jerk. Next up, would you like to do?
Next up, we have a little game that we call Alien Tour Guide.
Yes.
Alien Tour Guide, as you may know from, we did a one-off video of this on our YouTube, and it is where we describe if an alien came from outer space and they wanted to see certain things, you got to show them around. So you got to take them to get, the one example is Alien wants pizza. He's in New York City. You're taking him to Joe's.
Right, and the caveat that you put forward is it was great. It's not the best. It's the quintessential. It's the what everybody thinks. It's the what everybody thinks this item is.
I love that word, quintessential.
Yeah.
So the first one that I have is rock star.
Because we did rock and roll song last week.
We did rock and roll song last week, and then we also coming out soon. We have the action heroes one. Right.
Yes. But rock star. It's so funny because rock and roll song, I went back in the day, I said Chuck Berry. Who's your rock star? Let me hear yours first.
My rock star is it was tight between two. And it was between my runner-up, which is David Lee Roth.
Okay.
But the ultimate rock star that I would show them is Mick Jagger.
See, here's the thing.
And I can tell you why if you want.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so the reason is I think he's the prototypical frontman rock star type, right? He is, he moves on stage well. He has a good singing voice. He sings some iconic songs, and he's sexually ambiguous.
That's a very rock and roll thing.
Yes.
You hear there's rumors him and David Bowie back. So the thing about it is that where I'll poke a hole in the Mick Jagger thing is that he's 80 and I think they're doing their last tour now, whatever it is. How many rock star points do you lose when you're touring in your 80s? I don't think it's a very rock and roll thing. I
think that's part of it.
Really?
I think that helps my case because that is kind of what like a rock star is this guy just won't quit. He's going to do this till he dies. That's rock and roll, baby.
I think doing it, but I guess maybe you're right. I like the idea of Mick Jagger, but I actually had David Lee Roth in mind as the number one because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the rock star, I don't know. It's like there's a certain era I think of when it comes to like rock star. I'm thinking of like, I have big hair in my head.
I'm thinking of hair metal.
But the reason why it's so great is like you would never say Bret Michaels because Poison stinks. Van Halen, besides it being like 80s. In that 80s fashion or that 80s, aesthetic look, they were such a good band and the rock and roll was good. And also like it's that era that makes me think of it. And then Eddie Van Halen as the guitarist, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's not group though.
Richards.
We're just talking about the guy.
The one guy. I would say mine would be David Lee Roth.
And the reason that he was my number two is because he is volatile and problematic. And that's kind of what a rock star is too. He doesn't get along with his band. He's a prima donna. He's usually the reason for their demise.
Exactly. And he thinks he's bigger than the band.
Yes.
But also like just if you listen to Van Halen's music, we didn't even talk about them last week. You could use that as like rock and roll, like number one rock and roll. So not number one, quintessential rock and rolls. But like, Hot for Teacher, you could be like, it could be in the listing for like, this is rock and roll.
Because I kind of also think about it with Alien Tour Guide. If you're making you're just showing, like if you're making a movie and you're like, oh, I just need I need a rock and roll character. I got to write a rock and roll character. Who am I going to model it after?
I don't think you would drag in a Mick Jagger lookalike. I think you would drag in a David Lee Roth lookalike. You know what I mean?
I think
Jagger's,
that's a good.
He's skinny, but it's like he's skinny. He has the rock and roll body, but it's always been like his look has never been like, oh my god, look at that rock star.
The look. So David Lee Roth's look is better.
David Lee Roth look is better
because he was wearing like tight ass leopard pants.
Or you could,
shirts.
you could do is Jimmy Page and Robert Plant as rock stars. That could be your
like an honorable mention.
Robert Plant, as far as like, he could, if you brought him in, you'd be like, this is a rock star. Rock star is different than rock and roll, because rock and roll, you think of the R&B part. Like I thought of like you need the rhythm and blues part of that to come in more as far as the song goes. But as far as rock star, because it's like rock star is its own thing, and it kind of refers to like the '80s era of rock and roll.
Well, I also thought about the voice. Now I'm thinking too much. Now I'm overthinking my
Robert
answer.
Plant would be a good one of that.
I was thinking Bon Scott, the AC/DC guy.
Again, he died early. Jimi Hendrix.
Which is rock and roll.
What?
Dying early is pretty rock and roll.
Yeah,
rock
totally.
star. And I think he just sounds like.
Yeah, but he never. Yeah, but as far as the other bands, they reach such higher heights than Bon Scott's AC/DC.
Okay, so final answer. The
What's
alien
the guy's name? Brian
McKnight.
Nope, that's not it.
Brian Johnston. Johnston or Johnson?
Yeah, and he's great too. But even if you look at him, you'd be like, he just looks like a guy from a bar that's with an amazing voice. Got like one of those old man caps on and a wife beater, and he's
Yeah,
and
you don't.
Or whatever, back in black.
Okay, so the alien. This is your final answer. Alien lands and he comes up and he goes, "Hey, Sean, show me a rock and roll
Wait a
star."
minute. Why does the alien sound like that?
What's up?
Why does the alien? Is that how aliens sound?
This alien. Yeah, I'm trying to perfect my. Well, I feel like it would be hack to do like the ET voice or something like that. So I'm trying to find like what an alien might sound like.
It's just the alien from American Dad. Paul Lynde voice. Oh, Paul Lynde. All right, so he comes down and he goes, "Show me a rock star."
Yeah.
Yeah, David Lee Roth. I'd be like, here's a rock star. The tights, you need tights. You need the big hair. You need the tank top. You need maybe the necklaces. And then you need the bigger than life personality and the combative shit where you think you're bigger than the band and you're not.
Then I'm
especially because he wasn't.
Then I'm fully changing my answer to something way out of left field.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, hey Ray, who's gonna be the rock star that I see? And then I'm gonna go, hey, Galian. Did you get it?
What is it?
I said Galian.
Gay alien?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So then I would go Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses.
Axl Rose. Oh.
You hate it.
I don't hate it. I just
fuck myself.
I could. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Because I could see that because you got voice, you got like he's all the clips of him fighting people on stage.
That's what I'm
him
saying.
Chucking like chairs into the
All right. Our next one that I have is for our alien tour guide. We discussed this before on the podcast when we had Adam Gully here. We had a conversation about diner orders and go-to diner orders, but we never really gave a top 5. We never gave a ranking. We never gave what our own order would be. What is an alien's like, hey, let's go to a diner. What should I order?
Okay, so my go-to, I think you can go once again, you go back in the day a little bit with this, hamburger, fries, and a milkshake, a vanilla milkshake.
Wow.
Because that's kind of where that comes out of it. And I don't remember. Then maybe that's more of a burger place order with the milkshake.
Yeah, but
hamburger, fries, and a Coke. I'll say hamburger, fries, and a Coke.
Wow. So you're just going full America on his ass.
Full America, but that's what diners are. They're Americana. Last time we discussed, somebody had a good one. Grilled cheese and fries is a great one.
Yeah.
And everything's with a Coke. But you want the diner to have good Coke though. Good stuff. Pure stuff.
Mine's not with a Coke.
What's your go-to? Also, we went. Is the alien tour guide version breakfast, or is it
I think if you're going quintessential at a diner, I'm taking him there late at night, so we're not hitting the diner till late at night because me and this alien are gonna be shit faced. Okay. We're gonna be shit house, dude.
You're personalizing the experience.
And we're gonna be.
Me and this alien. That's not a cold walk into a diner and grab.
We're gonna be so fucking hammered, and we're gonna be partying, dude. We just gotten into a fight with some dudes because they were being racist because he's green. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. That's my boy. I don't care what color he is. Because I'm like, Sean, I'm friends with anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't find humor in things like Schindler's List, or I don't find humor in 12 Years a Slave. But I would take this alien to the diner late night. We're 100% getting breakfast, and we're getting corned beef hash and eggs, toast, jelly, cup of black coffee.
Corned beef hash and eggs. What is it? What'd you say?
Mic drop.
Say it again. Say the whole thing again.
Corned beef hash and eggs, toast, jelly for the toast,
No, that's not a quintessential.
and then a cup of black coffee.
You had a better idea when you said omelet.
Nah, I don't want an omelet.
But dude, the idea is supposed to be.
I know, I get it, dude. But
Alien
we've had
tour guide.
so much to drink, me and this alien. We've had such a great time.
You can't sully the experience for him by being like, "This is the drunk diner experience." That could be a different category. What
Okay.
you're taking? Hey, the alien comes down. He goes, "I want to get loaded and go to a diner." Then what do you have? And even then, I don't think it's that. At that point, I think it's still like
then
cheese fries or like if you're loaded and it's late.
Well, no, it definitely is. But I'm getting him a. Then I'm going. It has to be breakfast. It has to be breakfast.
I agree with that, but not corned
I'm getting
beef
him an omelet,
omelet. I could see.
and we're going from. I'm going to say we're getting him a bacon and cheese omelet. He can add mushrooms if he wants. I mean, it's an omelet's an omelet.
No. Here's the thing. You're messing up the game. Ow. And it's supposed to be one thing, and it's your opinion. I'm showing you this one thing that is the quintessential version of a diner order. So if you're like, you can throw in mushrooms if you want. Get the sauce on the side. You can't do that.
Can I get away with just saying omelet then?
You can just get away with saying omelet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going omelet with
home fries.
Home fries. We're going to ask for the home fries. Well done.
Okay.
And then we're going to get a cup of black coffee.
Yes, you can do that. It has to be like, I just picture it in my brain where it's like, and then you have a little glass of water next to it. It has to be like.
Yeah, I see it too.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just saying, though, if I'm giving the full diner experience, it's going there intoxicated.
Yeah, but how many times do we go to diners and nobody's drunk?
A good bit. An afternoon diner.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm going with then. I say omelet, home fries, and you're saying the burger fries and shake, or we're going with a Coke?
A Coke. Burger fries, a Coke, but I like grilled cheese. But my go-to would be like, I just picture it being like diner burger, fries, and a Coke is a pretty good quintessential diner meal. Also Clams Casino.
Ew, you can't have
Cast from Seinfeld. He goes, Clams Casino? He goes, chef recommends. My favorite.
I had a buddy that every time there was this Rock Bottoms, they're everywhere, right?
Oh, we used to have them. I haven't seen one in years.
Yeah.
Rock Bottom, the drugstore?
No, wow, that's a tough name for a drugstore.
I know. It used to be a drugstore in Long Island called Rock Bottom.
No, so
I think it's supposed to be like Rock Bottom prices.
Well. Yeah, the guy that buys 14 Robitussin is there for their low prices. No, he's at Rock Bottom.
Rock Bottom. There's 4 teenagers in the back begging for Adderall. No, what's Rock Bottom?
All their fucking Ready Whip is empty.
Yeah, Rock Bottom and all of the stuff. It's like the Rite Aids now. Like they should call the Rite Aids now Rock Bottom. It's like all day people are just stealing shit from it. Those
everything's
cages are
locked
open.
up. You have to call for assistance to get a bottle of body wash.
You could say that's Rock Bottom. Drugstores are just all at Rock Bottom.
I think we're just all at Rock Bottom.
Yeah.
No, Rock Bottom. It's like a chain restaurant type that makes their own beers, and you usually see them in big shopping centers that'll have like an Improv or like a Sing Sing or a Dave and Buster's.
Oh yes,
it's like one of those types.
Yeah.
So there's one right across the street, and it's very.
They don't have them in New York though.
No.
Yeah.
But it's very Applebee's-esque. And they used to have it right across the street from the Improv in Pittsburgh. And my buddy, 3 times in a row, orders a steak and is disappointed in the steak. And I'm like, yeah, man, because this isn't the place you go to for steak. That's what I always say when people are disappointed at a diner. They'll be like, that diner stinks. I'm like, oh, what did you have there? They're like, a chicken marsala.
And a giant lobster.
Dude, of course. Of course it was bad.
You don't get fancy at a diner.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, what did you have? I had a French dip.
There's a comic I know, and I've said this on the show before, I think, maybe. This comic I know, one day, he were hanging out with us, like me, Saint Germain, and this guy, Jared Logan, and he goes, oh, my stomach doesn't feel so good. And we go, did you eat something bad? And he goes, no, not that I can think of. I had that sushi from that gas station. With no irony. Like, he wasn't doing a bit. He said it like he was trying to rack his brain. Like, he mentioned that in passing. Like, it couldn't be that. He goes, I had sushi from that gas station, but no, besides that, no, nothing. That was the only thing I had. That could not be it.
4 full glasses of tequila.
Yeah.
I rode 2 roller coasters. And then what else did I don't know.
Might as well have been like, I had that shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had those raw eggs.
Just real queasy. I watched 2 videos of people performing surgery, open heart surgery.
I had a meatloaf, and then I watched Pimple Popper MD for 4 hours.
I had some 3-week-old lunch meat, and then I watched a couple birthing videos.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I want to vomit. What else did I do today that would have caused this?
I just had like a bunch of yogurt that might have or might not have gone bad, and I had a homeless dude spit in my mouth. But besides that, nothing. Like, that was it. What are you gonna do?
I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I've been jamming my fingers down my throat all day, racking my brain. Dude, the funny thing, I just mentioned lunch meat. I just thought of this. My brother was telling me this story that my dad found some lunch meat in his fridge, and my brother goes, "Yeah, you don't want to eat that lunch meat. It's been in there a while. You should probably throw it away." And he's like, "Okay." So he's like, "This is still good. Like a month old. Can't eat lunch meat a month old sitting in the fridge." And he eats it, and then he keeps asking everybody, like, how crazy is Mike? He's like, he said I shouldn't eat lunch meat. It's only been in there a week or a month. It's only been he's like Mike's crazy. Because they're at like a party and there's other food there. My dad just wanted to eat the lunch meat, and he's like, can you believe Mike said I shouldn't eat that? It's only been in there a month, and everybody's like, yeah, man, you shouldn't eat that. Like, he couldn't get anybody to like agree with him.
Just going around the room.
Yeah, and then he got sick.
Like the next day or whatever.
Yeah. And he was like, and my brother's just like,
he's like, can you believe it? I can't believe you said that to me.
He's like, I have no idea why I'm so sick. I had that gas station sushi.
I couldn't believe he said it. We all lost our minds laughing.
That's really
it's
funny.
so funny, right? Do we have one more game? I think we have one more.
We do have one more game, and I'm starting to realize, and it's not so dissimilar to Alien Tour Guide, but it's more of a debate if it comes to it. But I think we're gonna have a unanimous number one.
Okay.
So what
this
I thought
we should try to decide on number one
to see if we could sway the other person.
Right.
This is called Battle of the Jerks.
Right.
And we've done versions of this before.
Yeah.
Where we put together 2 jerks. Who's the worst jerk? Who's a bigger jerk? We did it with Shooter McGavin. I remember we did it with Buzz from Home Alone. The day ones of the brand new jerks will remember that. But this
the OGs.
This I was thinking is the ultimate wedding song. What do you think is the ultimate wedding song? If you leave a wedding, they didn't play this song, you'd be like, wedding was great, but how the fuck did they not play?
At the end of the night, how did they not play Shout from Animal House?
Shout is the ultimate wedding song?
I think it's up there for me. It's played at every wedding that I've ever.
Are you talking about the one that's like, now wait a minute?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's been so good.
Because you could also, I just think that's a very good wedding song because it's also probably been at weddings for the past 50 years. Because you could say Macarena, you could say.
I do think though, and I don't agree with this because I like when Shout comes on. I think it's fun, and it gets everybody, for the most part, to the dance floor, right?
Yes.
Because people that can't dance will get down with Shout.
So it's a good pick.
But I do think that there are a lot of. It's not played at as many weddings as it used to because I think it's on the cringe list. Some people put together like lists for the DJs like of to not play. Like my buddy, him and his wife put on No Pitbull, which
great,
kind of crazy because Pitbull rips.
Jesus Christ!
But they, I think Shout is on a lot of them because it's very cliche from that movie. Everybody started doing it.
Yeah, but it's a really good like sing along song. End of the night gets a big burst of energy at the end of the night. You're a little bit on. It's. I don't.
You think
Here's
placement
the thing that
matters?
shows
too?
you how many weddings I go to these days. I've gone to like 2 in the past like 5 years, or
Sure.
whatever it was. Maybe it is on the cringe list because it was overplayed. It's like Chicken Dance. That's gone as well. Like.
I think shout is moving in that direction in the next 10 years.
Next 10 years, well, that's a fucking eternity for weddings. Well, there'll be a billion weddings in 10 years. What I'm saying is, it's actually a non-corny. It's the only reason it would even enter that world, the corny world, or like the played out thing, is because of how many times it's played. It's a good song no matter what. It's always going to be a good song.
I enjoy when it comes on.
Right. Why? What was your pick?
It's not my song. My song is "I Want to Dance with Somebody" by Whitney Houston.
That's a good one. And I guess
if I leave a wedding and that's not played, I'm like, wedding stunk.
but I've been to a.
I want to feel the heat with somebody.
I guess it is played at every wedding.
I want to dance
It's like
with
a sleeper hit.
somebody.
Not a sleeper hit. It's like a thing where.
With somebody.
And to be honest,
And it gets people dancing, and it's timeless. It's a good vibe. And it's like and it's about love. Shout's not about love. Is it? You make me want to shout. Maybe it's like he loves her, so he's gonna shout. I never listen to the fucking lyrics. The only word I know is I know hey and shout, and a little bit softer now. But either we're done with shout. But I think it's I want to dance with somebody is my ultimate wedding song. I think it's the number one, and it has to be played at every wedding. And it's Whitney.
You've been to a wedding where it's not played. Am I correct or?
I don't know if I have been. I've been to a wedding where it's been played too early, which is a problem. You're playing it during fucking hors d'oeuvres, man. You can't play I Want to Dance with Somebody during hors d'oeuvres.
It's not, but here's the thing. They do shout as like a closer. They never do I Want to Dance with Somebody as a closer. It's always in like the last, what'd you say, the last quarter of the wedding? Like, or like the meat of the wedding, like the middle-ish? No. It's like towards the end, but not like in the last quarter. I would say it's like in the third quarter. If it's a football game, it's in the third quarter of the wedding. Would you say? And then it's like
I Want to Dance with Somebody?
Yeah.
It's at the climax.
Right. Everybody's dancing.
Yeah.
You also need that for it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That like, you don't want to waste it. You don't want to blow your load on it.
Right. So I can make the case. I am coming to your side here. I think we're going to agree on I Want to Dance with Somebody as the song, quintessential. Alien Tour Guide. Oh, no, we're doing battle. We're doing battle.
This is battle.
Sorry, I'm losing my mind. But I will say, you said it yourself. Shout gets people on the dance floor. I Want to Dance with Somebody. You can make that argument, but not as much as Shout does.
But I think if I went to a wedding and they didn't play Shout, I wouldn't care. If they didn't play I Want to Dance with Somebody, I think it's more of I think I Want to Dance with Somebody is more of a crowd pleaser. Shout is just a way to get
like a checked box.
People that can't dance to jump up for a little bit.
Yeah. And to go and put their hands up and
that would be my big argument.
Okay, I'll come to your side.
Yeah?
I Want to Dance with Somebody. You won. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Okay, it doesn't feel that great. But what would you? It's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday. Well, actually Thursday when you're seeing this. But do you just for the sake we have a little more time left? Is there a song that when it's played at a wedding you're like, ugh, gross?
Macarena is kind of like that,
Yeah.
and then the Chicken Dance annoys the crap out of him. But
Me too.
it doesn't really get played anymore. It's kind of done. It would be those, or it would be which it's not just because of weddings. One of my favorite people, but I hate the song Brown Eyed Girl. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
And it's always played at weddings.
The one that kills me, and I've participated, and I probably will participate again just because I'm fun at a wedding, and I love weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I love weddings.
Yeah.
But when they play The Train, come on, ride the train, and they make a train.
They do the train.
And it's not the cool kind of train, if you know what I mean, with people. But it's actually, you wouldn't want a train here. It's like families and stuff, like old people and young people. You don't want that kind of train for this. But this is people holding each other's shoulders and running around in the circle like a bunch of assholes.
I'll be honest. Maybe once in my life I've joined the train.
You've joined the train once in your life?
Maybe once.
Yeah.
I agree. I purposely stay away from that.
I don't like the
Just
train.
like Macarena.
Yeah.
But Macarena, I think, is even going away.
The Macarena is definitely going away. Macarena's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
You get the...
But it was like the hottest thing for a while.
That's
at
true.
Weddings. Yeah.
Embarrassingly enough, I don't know how to do the electric slide.
I don't either. Oh, what about the other one that's like... Dude, boom, bum, bum. That gets
Right
annoying.
foot left on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one could go.
Turn it around. Bum, 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 bum. Let me see you clap your hands. I'm annoyed at that song at weddings.
Yeah, oh, really?
It's wearing out its welcome, that song, I think.
I think out of those, I would not want the electric slide. Maybe I would want the electric slide. If I got married, my mom would want that at my wedding. My mom's a big electric slide person.
Yeah. Electric slide, I don't mind.
But I don't like that one. I do like the what's the one that's like down, do you down.
Oh, that's new though. Yeah.
Down to the left, to the left.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like the
yeah,
new
yeah.
version
That's like the new,
of the One Hop This Time one.
Yes, you're right.
That's allowed.
Yeah, but even that's a little annoying, that song.
Yeah, it is.
No, that was gonna be stuck in my head all day.
You know what? Actually, I'm changing my full opinion. I don't want any fucking song that tells me what to do.
I'm sure a lot of weddings do that now. They're like, I don't want any cliche.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I know I've I would say within the past like 6 years, I've been I've been in like 4 or 5 weddings of friends, of like good friends that got married.
Yeah.
So like I've kind of seen a little bit of their process in like planning the wedding, and all of them were like pretty adamant about certain things not being played.
Right. The no pitbull rule is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. I said something pretty fun. I was the best man at my friend Brandon's wedding.
Yeah.
And he like had like his hair like a sharp ass fade and was wearing an all white tux. And then I said, I love how he doesn't want any Pitbull played, but is dressed exactly like Pitbull.
He just want Pitbull outshining him.
Yeah. He doesn't want anybody making the comparison.
There could be only one Pitbull at this wedding. Should we get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here,
Good
Sean.
app.
This was really fun.
And check out the YouTube, guys. Brand New Jerks on YouTube to see the videos of all the different sections of the show. This is the new format of the show. We hope you guys like it.
Yeah, especially I would say if you're normally an audio listener, which I think is a large chunk of the millions that listen to Brand New Jerks.
Right.
But if you are an audio listener and don't want to like watch a full hour-long video episode of us talking, which I don't fucking know why you wouldn't want to, but if you don't want to do that, we will be cutting up our segments into their own separate videos for you to watch.
And hopefully the algorithm blesses us with your phone, and it will present us to you while you're scrolling, while you're doing your daily scrolling.
And have us we'll be inside you.
We'll be inside your phone.
Yeah,
inside you.
But technically,
now you're talking about running the train again.
There's a little and running, come around the train. I sang a lot this episode.
You did a great
Big
job,
singing
man.
episode.
Really busking it up.
All right. Well, hey,
let's
get out of here.
In a while.
You could find me at Zawodni on Instagram. You could find him at Shawnee Time on Instagram.
And I have dates coming up. I'm going to be in Batavia, Illinois, and I'm going to be at the Plano House of Comedy. So just look on my social media.
And same here. I never know where I'm going to be.
Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.